So my dad was one of New York City's top ever private certified public accountants, CPAs. He was very successful, and he really had a great gift of gab, and just a wonderful joie de vivre. Everyone loved him and took his advice, except me. And one of the things about him that was so beautiful and kind of amazing, actually, was that he had a gift. He was so familiar with people's numbers, and he had the French tulip bulb industry and the French cognac industry and Buccellati in New York City. He had these huge clients that became his personal friends because he only had about 20, 30 clients, and he kept them over 30, 40, 50 years. And he developed this gift, and his gift was this ability, when he asked some person a question about how much you think that's going to cost, or what are you making this year, he knew the number right away. He had that gift. Now, never was interested in becoming a chartered public accountant, although he wanted me to be part of his business. My father could run through a list of numbers like this with his fingers, and he could come up with the number, the total, the title, the total of the title of all these sums, like a computer, just by doing this with his hand.
Oh.
So I've developed this gift, and here's what happens. I ask someone a question. I ask you a question. How old are you? And then I wait. I breathe, and then I feel when there's an uplift of numbers, an uplift of surge of energy in my heart, a feeling of an increase of energy, a feeling of a greater alertness, and a feeling of clarity. And then I actually see the number, like I'm looking at it. And number 43 was on my screen. I go, okay, I'm gonna go for it. You're around 43, aren't you? That's the process I use.
Have you been using that? Have you been using that to get the winning numbers of a race, horse racing, or even a lottery or anything? Just a few times,
You do?
No, I'm asking you. Have you
Never?
Try it.
Never. No, I've only seemed to do it when I'm in a personal, intimate, one-on-one connection with someone. I ask the question, I pause, I pose myself, I breathe, I get myself into a accelerated, elevated state of clarity, awareness, openness, receptivity. And then when I feel this energy coming through, I see a number and I say the number. So that's just what I did with you. Yeah, I'd love to see this portion of the recording, because that part I'd love to put on my YouTube channel, that little bit right there.
Can you do it? Can you do it in person? Can you do it in person?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, next time, go to a casino and do it with a dealer. At the table, Seriously, try it.
I've never done it with with
first time for everything,
only
my friend.
with asking people questions about their age. I've become quite good at it, different things like that. But maybe I'll start practicing with other ways. I've never practiced in any other way than just casual questions. So
get chatty with the dealer at the casino. You never know. You have nothing to lose and literally everything to gain. Literally.
Except for the money that I put out for
do it
gambling.
Before they find out and they kick you out. Do it a couple of times and you just.
So that's, I guess, a bit of my superpower that it just happens naturally, and I've only been using it for personal connections, like with you just now, and it's fun because I see it, I say it, I feel it, and then I just tell you what's on the screen, and it's like, okay, I'm right, like a huge amount of percent of the time. At least I'm in the range.
Is that something that you've always had, this gift? Is it something that you had to learn?
No, I don't think I always had it. The more I recognize it, the more I have it. It's like when I do my groups, when I do my audiences, and I do my speaking from the heart presentation coaching sessions.
Yeah,
I've learned a particular practice, and that practice is at the beginning of the group. Every time now, I say to the group, you in this room are standing on the shoulders of all those that came before. Of course, the people who've been in this land before, your ancestors, we're all standing on the shoulders of whoever came before. And as a result of that, I have noticed that each group that I do, and this is true, outperforms and has more vulnerability and courage and boldness and breakthroughs than the group that came before. And so now, rather than waiting to the end of the group to tell you that I noticed that, and gee, what a wonderful group you were, now I say it before the group starts. And you know what? It helps it happen even more. That pre-framing, a very cool tool in neurolinguistic programming, pre-framing. So I use that in that way as well. It's a similar type of a process. Yeah.
Beautiful.